Welcome to the Builders Club. As always, we want to talk about fundamentals of building, things that will help you with your language, with your thought processes, and the things that will help create that builder's mindset in each one of the people that you bring on board in your business. We all came here to build a company within a company, to build something that would last, to build a business that would open outlets across the United States and Canada, to have a chance to have it as big as you wanted it, wherever you wanted it. I was so intrigued by Art Williams' vision of building a company where we could open outlets throughout North America in every village, hamlet, and city. I wanted to do that. I was from a very small town in central Georgia, and I'd never traveled outside of the state of Georgia very much. I came here with some things that were kind of hard for me. I didn't drive in cities. I'd never flown on airplanes. I didn't speak to groups, but I caught the vision, and I made up my mind that day that I was going to build that business that he talked about. What I knew was that to do what Art was saying, that I had to start out with a recruiting mentality. I couldn't start my business thinking about sales and getting good at the kitchen table with closing business with product. I needed to think about recruiting people to open those outlets. Recruiting mentality is very important. I want to talk about exactly what I think a recruiting mentality is. I'm going to give you some ideas today that if you think about it and you start practicing these ideas, then I promise you, you can always have recruits coming into your business. People always worry about where the sales will come from. It's a fact that the biggest recruiters are always the ones who have the most sales and make the most money. So let's start with a recruiting mentality. What is it? Well, the first thing Art said to us was, most people don't want to be in sales, but everybody wants to make more money. When you talk to people about how they can make dreams come true, have more things in their life than they have right now, that's exciting and interesting to them. So Art's favorite thing to talk about was that when you're in sales and you're walking down the street, especially in a small town like he and I came from, people want to go across the street when they see you coming because they don't want to be sold things. So let's develop a mentality of recruiting, a recruiter's mindset. A recruit is not a recruit till they have a recruit. The first thing that you need to work with a new recruit is helping them get a new recruit, because that's what causes them to want to stay and learn. It gives them something to hang on to. It makes their business look real to them. So a recruit's not a recruit till they have a recruit. When do you get that new recruit? Immediately. You want to get a new recruit under them before they go to the bathroom if you can. And as we look at the commitments that I talk about on another one of our Builders Club, I talk to you about the way to start that so that new recruit can come quick. We want to set that goal immediately. I want somebody to lock on. Let me tell you, when I came here, they asked me that question, how much money do you want to make? And I said, all I know is I need to make $1,000 a week right away. And I can't really consider anything else until I'm hitting that $1,000 every week. That's what makes it work for my family. So I started out with a goal of $1,000 a week, which was $4,000 a month. And I hit that goal fairly quickly, because when you're shown how to do that, you can get to the amount of money you want. So a recruiter's mentality is to always think about and talk about how much money they want, because that's what causes that new recruit to want to get a recruit. We're keeping the recruiting mentality as the whole focus of the business from the very start. The question that comes up in the minds of new people is, how am I going to learn this? How am I going to get those people? Well, you're not. You're going to give me the names. I'm going to show you how to do it by doing it for you. And then I'm going to overlap you and help those people build a business. So by the time you've learned everything you need to know, you have a team to work with. We have developed a team. Now let's go back to some of the rules of recruiting. The recruit's not a recruit till he has a recruit, so you want to do that. And that's with each one of them. I want you to think about each person that you recruit having 4 deep. So we're recruiting width and we're recruiting depth in your organization. And we have a visual that you can see right here. It's the taproot. This is how you build a solid business. But notice you have the first people direct to you, but your leader overlaps and helps you build that taproot. And you want to build a leg that's at least 4 deep. We don't know why it is, But somehow, when you get to that fourth one in that depth, is when you usually find your fireball. That's usually when you find that excited person. Because, see, when you have a recruiter's mentality and you've got that mindset of a recruiter, you're constantly looking for the giant. You're looking for that individual that's like you are, that wants to go out and make it happen. They want to have a predictable, recurring income stream. They get excited when you talk about that. So you want to have that new person going wide with recruits and going deep because of your help. But that's their mindset, and you want to show them knowledge and growth because it gives them a visual of what this is going to look like. The recruiter's mindset is so important. So what I challenge each person to do is to teach your people, your new recruit, how to think like a recruiter, how to act like a recruiter, how to get away from the idea of being a salesman in the beginning. You're always going to close sales.